You know, I was listening to Priscilla Shirer. I don't know if y'all know her. She's an amazing speaker. Yes, shout out to my girl. And she said this really cool thing, and I was listening to it in the car right here. She said, all of God's promises, it's like God isn't just going to put them in our way, and we're just going to all of a sudden just have them. But he's going to put them in our reach so that we can reach out and grab them. So we're on our way here. And I had this whole message prepared, and everything was cruising, and you're just like, man, this is just a great day. Thank you, Jesus. And then he speaks the word to you, and you're like, wait, did you just say that to me? Because I'm really confused now. And he spoke a word to me that threw me off. I was 3 minutes from being here. 3 minutes. I was so close. Almost made it. And we were driving in all this traffic, which y'all have a lot of traffic. This is not like that in Louisiana. Wow. And so we drive past this homeless man, and our eyes locked. And I just felt something in my heart that God said to me. He said, that man, I died to take his pain away. He said, go out and put it in his reach, and then you're going to see how I feel. I was like, okay, are you sure? Can somebody else do it? I literally prayed that somebody else would do it as I'm watching this happen. And I watched this man walk by. Here's the homeless man. He walks by. He looks and he keeps walking. And then all of a sudden, I see him go. And I'm like, yes, yes, yes. And then he walked away. I was like, oh, no. Now I'm really going to have to do it. So we keep driving. And I tell my friend that's driving, I said, look, I'm sorry. This is not going to make sense. I know we're already running late, but you got to turn around. You got to turn around. And I grabbed my Jesus Bible, and I walk up to this man. I said, hi, I'm Sadie. I said, I don't have any money, honestly. I don't have anything on me right now, but I do have this, and this is everything, and I want to give this to you. And he looked at me, and his eyes filled with tears. He said, no, I can't take that. I said, well, sure you can. Sure you can. Please take it, please. I really want to give this to you. He said, no. He said, I'm an atheist. I said, okay, well, just take it, please. Please take it. He said, no, I'm not going to take that. I can't. So I said, okay, I'll respect that. So I start walking away. And I turn around and I look at him and I said, are you sure? He said, yes. So I lay the book down. He goes, no, don't leave it, don't leave it. I was like, do you want it? He's like, no, I don't want it, but don't leave it. I said, okay, why? He said, please give it to somebody that will take it. Because somebody needs it, but it just can't be me. And my heart broke. And Jesus said, that is how I feel. Because Jesus is extending his hand to us with truth, with promises, with something that can save us from a dark world. And sometimes we just say, no, we don't want that. We're just going to lay here. We're just going to stick with this life. We just walk away. And Jesus is saying, no, are you sure? Please take it. I died for this. Please take it. And some of us just say, no, we don't want that, Jesus. He said, are you sure? He tries, he begs, but it does take us pursuing him. It does. There has to be a moment that we have to pursue him. And that guy knew somebody would. He knew. He didn't feel worthy, and that breaks my heart because we're all worthy. But he knew that something in that book was good because he didn't want me to lay it on the floor. He didn't want me to give up on it. He saw it in my eyes that what I was holding was truth and something I believed in. And so I challenge you, when you walk onto that campus, you beg people to take the truth. But when you beg, you better know the truth. Because they're watching you and they're saying, do you believe it enough to take it on to the next person? Do you believe it enough to act it out? Do you believe it enough to give your life for it, to know how Jesus felt? It's heavy. And y'all, I don't cry that much, but I cried about the whole way here. When I saw Emily, I was just weeping. I was like, I just can't do this. Like, I'm overwhelmed because his love is overwhelming. What he did for us is overwhelming.